We are in the process of the Second American Revolution, which will remain bloodless if the left allows it to be.
Are you comfortable with that?
Well, he's not running for president, is he? I mean, our candidate's Donald Trump. I didn't say Donald Trump say that.
I love that defense. It's such a weenie little defense. This incredibly influential guy who heads up one of the biggest conservative think tanks in the country and is one of the leaders of the Project 2025 movement that up until 30 seconds ago, every single one of us right-wingers thought was the best thing ever, said that he wants to possibly massacre leftists. So he wasn't Trump, was he? Okay, Marco Rubio. You keep towing the line. Maybe you'll be VP someday. But anyway, so Rubio's gonna go on and he's going to attempt to convince you not to worry about Project 2025, which you should totally worry about, but here's Rubio.
Think tanks do think tank stuff. They come up with ideas, they say things. I like Heritage Foundation. I agree with some of the things they stand for, but there's a bunch of scholars and people that turn around and work on different projects. But our candidate for president is Donald Trump. And Donald Trump is running on restoring common sense, working class values, and making our decisions on the basis of that, not on ideological lunacy, which is what we've seen over the last 4 years under Joe Biden.
Is that what Project 2025 is? Is it ideological lunacy?
No, I think it's the work of a think tank, of a center-right think tank, and that's what think tanks do.
Oh, I love that follow-up question from her because he's like, oh, don't worry about all that stuff. That's just lunacy. We're not lunacy. So is it lunacy? It's a different thing, someone said, because he wants to distance himself, but he doesn't want to attack them because they are intricately tied together and they're totally going to be running the show.
The video will continue in just a moment, but first I have a message for you. TYT needs your help. Membership is vital to survival, so please go to tyt.com/team and become a member today.
And so he has to be careful there. Donald Trump went further. He tweeted, we showed you this on Friday, but just in case you missed it, I know nothing about Project 2025. I have no idea who is behind it. I disagree with some of the things they're saying, and some of the things they're saying are absolutely ridiculous and abysmal. Anything they do, I wish them luck, but I have nothing to do with them. I love that. I wish them luck, like they're a groomer for Epstein or something.
This is,
but anyway,
it's so classic, John. I'm sure you guys talked about how classic Trump this is. I never met her, no idea. And she looked terrible in that dress. She's a 4.
Yeah.
And you're like, I'm sorry, what? You never met her? She was at my golf course, but I have no idea who she is. You're just like,
you notice this little issue too? I know nothing about it. Some of the things they say are absolutely ridiculous.
Of course.
So you know something about them apparently. Yeah, some of the things they say are ludicrous and abysmal and cannot be allowed to become governing policy. Here's a short list. Look, it's gonna seem, the text is gonna be really small on your screen, but feel free to pause and zoom in. And you might say on which part? No, literally any part. Look at any one of those things. End marriage equality, that's awesome, that's gonna be great. End birthright citizenship, end no fault divorce, ban contraceptives. I don't know if ban porn is on there, but I'm pretty sure it is actually in their 900-page document. Continue to pack the Supreme Court with 41-year-old Christian radicals and that sort of thing. Every single bit of that is absolute madness, and you shouldn't be surprised by that because the way they created Project 2025 is they sent an email to 100 right-wing groups and said, what's the craziest thing you can think of? And then they put that together in a big old document and now they're gonna run on it. And they're totally gonna do that, but now they're backtracking because it looks bad and there's been critical coverage. John Oliver did an amazing breakdown of Project 2025 just a couple of weeks ago. And if you haven't seen it, you definitely should. And so I like that they are telegraphing how worried they are about this. Because they already are worried about abortion. They're already worried about the fact that the border numbers are going down. They're worried about the fact that crime numbers are going down.
Yeah.
They need to avoid seeming radical and make it seem as if Joe Biden is radical. And Project 2025 becoming so out in front of this campaign, I think is really hurting that. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, shout out to Taraji P. Henson, who at the BET Awards said everybody needs to Google Project 2025, and they did. And people are starting to learn just how extreme it is and how, yes, eliminating the FDA, will make our food wildly unsafe. Eliminating the EPA will make our air and drinking water wildly unsafe. Eliminating OSHA will make sure that we don't have any worker protections anymore from things like extreme heat and other things. But just like, it is good. And I just have to say, Marco Rubio is terrifying to me because number one, he clearly knows what the Heritage Foundation is and what they're doing and what they have done, but also his Botox is such that he's slowly turning into George Santos, and I'm not with it.
You know what? Any day now, he's going to all of a sudden look a lot more like George Santos.
Right?
And I'm pretty sure he'll just have been killed off and replaced by George Santos, I think.
I mean, it would be George Santos's finest work.
Yeah, 100%. By the way, Stephen Miller's also trying to run from it. He says, I know you're upset because your candidate has soft pudding for brains, but that's not a recruitment ad. And we'll show you the actual thing. You can see a shot. He's in an ad for Project 2025.
Bro, you're literally all over it.
100%. He loves it. And by the way, like, yeah, you're having fun attacking Joe Biden. Stephen Miller knows exactly the status of Donald Trump's brains. He knows how decayed and rotting they are. And so again, the lying is out of this world. But anyway, look, people should be super worried about this. It's why we've been talking so much about it, and we'll continue to.
Are you gonna go to graphic 3? Because that is beautiful.
Okay, sure. Let's bring up graphic 3. So you're gonna see the main people behind it. But again, it involves contributions from 100 different organizations. But what did you specifically want to point out about this? About how they literally
not only they all worked for Donald Trump. These are Heritage Foundation, like associate director. They're all the directors of Project 25. But that one guy's name is Troop Hemingway. I'm sorry, but like
that's made up.
Nothing is more like he was named after a slave owner. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the kind of name that you're just like, you are a character from Get Out.
No, I don't. I think it's a different thing. I think it's like he just realized. No. He just realized that Project 2025 is getting a lot of negative coverage. So they called him up and asked to identify him. And he's like, my name's Troop Hemingway. He just made it up off the top of his head.
It's like the Mrs. Doubtfire thing. He looked around, he's Ernest Hemingway.
Yeah, no, I think his last name is Crentist, and that's why he became a dentist. But anyway.
No, his name is Cretin, Spencer Cretin. Literally, his last name is Cretin, I'm telling you.
Okay.
It's in their name. My name, Francesca Fiorentini. If I ever run for president, I'll just give you lots of pasta, guys. 100%. Lots of pasta.
It's a good name, it's a strong name. Members make a difference here at TYT. You help make the show happen, and we see you in the chat with your loyalty badge. Click the join button to become a member today.